Swallows must be living in all these limestone caves. They decided they like sitting on inside our awnings. Brad's got his fishing shirt on, so that means we're catching fish.
We're in for business now, I think.
I'm not using the milk frother anymore off the inverter. Because I've stuck the microwave in now, I might as well just microwave the milk, it's quicker. So, milk frother's staying at home now. Chocolate powder, it's not bloody parsley. Just scraping the absolute last of this Krunchilli out onto my wrap. If you like chili, you got to give this stuff a go and support a West Aussie giving it a crack. It's bloody good stuff. You can put it on your eggs, on your pasta, on your chicken, on your steak. You marinate your meats in it. It's pretty bloody versatile. I like it with cheese and crackers, just as a snack. It's beautiful. What a cracking spot, eh?
Oh, beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. Beautiful little spot. Camera's on, catch a fish.
It's got to happen. Any luck, Cam?
Yeah, I got one on.
Yeah, something's moving.
Oh, big fucking wrasse.
A couple of them.
Bagger.
Yeah, well, we'll still be hungry.
Yeah. Not much luck on the fishing front this morning. I got a couple of wrasse, and that's about it. No bites. Looks to be too shallow. The deeper stuff's sort of past our casting range. But Brad's just noticed this car body. Chassis, transmission, engines bloody lodged in the rocks. Don't know how, but I imagine maybe someone's tried to drive around this headland, trying to get around. They've been pushed up, got bogged, and the rest is history now. Not too many changes on my rig since the last time you've seen it. I'm rocking the same setup I normally do for an overnighter. Awning, floor mat, swag, and just cooking out of the car or on the fire. The only things that's probably changed is I got those orange lights in now. There they are. Obviously brighter at night, but just to keep the bugs away. What else? Oh, Tiff ordered us some MSA seat covers, or seat organisers, sorry. So I got a couple of them. For my birthday a few weeks ago, Tiff bought me a new camera bag, which I'll run you through later because it's pretty cool. But yeah, new camera bag there, lots of pockets and gizmos and that. So I'll show you that. I'll probably do a video on what I'm actually using to record stuff with anyway, and the drone and all that, because I get a few questions about that. And some of you would have seen on my Facebook page, I put a microwave in. I know it's a little bit glamping. It's a lot glamping, but we're going to be living out of this for like 7 months on the road while we're driving around Australia, so it just makes things easier and quicker and more comfortable. Someone asked me the other day when they saw the photo, they said, what could you possibly need a microwave for that you couldn't do with conventional methods of heating or cooking food, you know, fire, gas cooker or whatever? And my answer is nothing. He's bang on. I could do it all on the fire, on the stove or whatever. This just makes it easier and quicker, and my electrical setup's already set up for it, so why not? So you would have seen Brad on quite a few of my videos before. Brad, this would be your overnight setup, Brad?
Yeah, this is the overnight setup when it's just me. Not going away with the family. We normally have the cub trailer we take with us, so it's a bit harder for me as just a single setup. With the trailer, at least I got power and water and a bed and everything like that. So for me to do an overnighter, I need to bring my power and bring my water and my cooker and the swag and all that sort of stuff. And the car's probably not as quite set up for a simple overnighter as what I'd like it to be. So it's a matter of basically just getting everything and throwing it in the back and hoping that it all fits and doesn't fall out. But you know, we've got the fridge and everything that obviously for safety reasons we tie everything down, and then it's just a matter of using you know, bags for all my cooking stuff and, you know, little boxes and all that to try and fit everything else in. But you know, obviously we've been here for a little while now, so where everything was nicely packed, it's just kind of been thrown every which way now. So
considering the bumps and the whoops and the dunes, it's still pretty neat.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, for safety reasons, I try and pack everything that if there was to have anything happen, the least it's going to do is not hit me. So, you know, most things get tied down, especially when we're doing trips like this where we know we're going to be going over bumps and up dunes and stuff like that. So before we pulled up, everything was tied down, but obviously now we've been here for a little while, it's kind of been thrown about. But yeah, no, so I find it, for me, it's just a matter of trying to fit all my little bits and pieces into bags and containers. You know, drawers would be fantastic for you know, for little setups like that, where, you know, you've got jump starters and tire plugs and tie down straps and all that would be perfect in a drawer, but I'll make do with bags. So
And what fridge are you running?
it's a companion 40 litre. We bought it years and years ago with the intention of, you know, something fairly cheap and easy once we got the car, and when it was going to Karka, then we'd spend the money and get the Waco or the Engel or something, but the thing just keeps going and going and going, so really actually quite impressed with it, to tell you the truth.
The other thing I'm interested in, tell us about the, I can see your new solar panel on the front.
Yeah, all right. You know, I've actually been quite impressed. That was an early Father's Day present, that one. We decided, we've got a 120 watt panel that we used in the camper trailer, but of course it's bulky, hard to pull out, and, you know, as time consuming as what they can be to set up. So I thought something quick and easy would be fantastic. So we looked into the solar blankets, and they were just so expensive. You start looking at something decent, you're going to be spending a lot of money. So I thought I'd spend a little bit less money and give one of the King's 200 watt blankets a go. Only early days with it, but pretty happy, to tell you the truth. It's it just keeps charging the battery up, whether it's bright and sunny or a little bit overcast. So far it's done the trick. I'm not expecting amazing things out of it, but you know, so far so good.
So does it show you what it's actually putting in?
I've got a kick-ass watt meter that I use on it.
Oh yeah.
The battery's completely charged at the moment, so
it won't be showing much.
No, so it's not really been putting much into it at the moment. But
what were you getting this morning when it was in full sun?
It got up to 6 amps going into it this morning, which, hey, that's doing the trick for me. That charged the battery within, what, an hour and a bit this morning. It seemed to be fully charged again, so couldn't be happier with that at the moment.
And you're with alligator clips hooked right up to the battery, are you?
No, I've got the Red Arc BCDC in there.
Also, you're not using the PWM controller it comes with?
No, I'm going right. I've got the Red Arc in there with the
got you.
Anderson plug for my solar.
So that's probably why that would be a part of why you're getting pretty good results
absolutely.
with it. Yeah.
You know, I thought, even a few years ago when I set it all up, I thought I'm probably better off spending good money and getting a good regulator with the Red Arc than, you know, really worrying too much about my solar blanket or panel at the time.
So this a 120 or a 150 series?
150.
It's a 150.
2012.
Yeah.
150 series. Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. So that's Brad, Dad 4x4 Adventures. That's his 150 series, and that's his overnight camp setup. Going to go for a bit of a cruise up the beach and see if there's any better fishing spots. To be honest, it's probably not the spot that's the issue, but
we try hard.
We do try, but we'll give it a crack further up. Is that an iPad mini you're using for navigation?
It's an iPad mini 4. The main reason I got it was to use with the drone, and I kind of set up two different sorts of maps. So I'll have, you know, HEMA street view on one, and then HEMA satellite view on my phone or something like that. It just gives me a different perspective, I guess, shows me a couple of different tracks, etc.
All right. I'm impressed that you're just holding it on with one of those bloody... Is that a Scosche magnetic?
It is. How good is that?
Yeah, I use it for my phone, but I never would have thought you'd be able to hold the iPad.
So I've got... And that's actually just an eBay magnet, because I used all my big magnets on my phone and the wife's phone. So I've got that one, and that's held it no problems at all.
Even on all these corrugations?
I've never had it fall off, and then I just use one on my phone as well, and just set it up. It's not even stuck in there, to tell you the truth. It just sits in behind the case on the phone. And again, that's never fallen off either. So I actually reckon they're fantastic little things, to tell you the truth. Yeah,
they are good. I've got about the same size phone on my Scosche mount, and it's never fallen off.
How good's that? Yeah. No, very impressed. So when I originally set that up for the wife's phone there, but now that I got the iPad and use both of them at the same time, unfortunately she's lost it. So
yeah, very good. That's our campsite just down there on the headland, so we haven't moved too far, but just a section of the beach is a little bit less weedy, and still no big deep dark blue holes or anything. Looks pretty shallow, but we're sticking some squid out there on some smaller hooks and seeing if we can entice some whiting or some herring to come to the party. See how we go. Ooh. My God, that's hot. Bon appetit. Yeah, Brad's just about to put his drone up. We're going to see if we can fly out. And you won't see it on my camera. Hopefully you'll see it on the drone footage. But there's a little limestone island way out there. and Brad's going to fly the drone around it and have a look, see what it looks like. So Brad's got the DJI Phantom, he's got the DJI Mavic Pro 2, is that right?
2 Pro, yeah.
2 Pro, yeah. I like what he's doing. This is the same iPad that he's using for his maps in his car. So that's pretty cool. This is the big brother to the one I've got. I've got the little Mavic Air. So similar set of functions, but his will go a bit further. Batteries last a little bit longer. But the main thing is the follow me mode. It will follow the car a hell of a lot better than my will, or the boat, or whatever you're in. Mine sort of loses you after 15-20k an hour. This thing will do like about 70, I think you said?
Yeah, I've had it up to about 71k an hour, I think.
Good thing with these drones is even though all that coast looks the same and you can't see us on that display, you can follow his maps. It sort of plots where you've been so you can follow it back to your home position. And even if your controller got disconnected or anything like that, you can press return to home and it will follow the flight path straight back to where you took off from. It's all GPS recorded, pretty flash. Yesterday while we were at camp, I noticed this little metal plaque up here on the limestone wall. I'll show you. Someone's gone to a lot of effort to fix this up here. In memory of Ray the Razor McCart. The one that got away, gone fishing 2009. Nice spot to put it under the tree in the limestone cliffs near the ocean. Also got a couple of big bees nests up here, I'll show you. Hopefully I don't get stung. And I nearly died just then. Honeybees working away. Quite a few of these in the cliffs. You got to be careful if you've got any open water containers or leaking water containers or anything like that, because these bees will go straight for it. They love the fresh water. They're pretty well sorted here though, because we've got a little bit of a lake system over there that you would have seen in the drone footage. So they'll be sorting out their fresh water from there. What an absolutely cracking spot. It's been a wicked couple of days out here. Great to meet Creber and Pete from WA Camping Adventures. Great to be out again with Brad from Dad 4x4 Adventures. Hey guys, by the time I've edited this and posted it, I should have well, I've hopefully hit that 5,000 subs on YouTube. It looks as though I'm about to. I'm at 4,900 or something as of today. Just wanted to say a massive thank you guys. I never really thought that it would go this far and I'm having such a wicked time doing it. I love it, yeah. Thanks for supporting me. If you want to see anything specific in the future, drop a comment, let me know. I know a lot of people are asking about the keg ski. That video is coming out anyway, so don't worry about that. But yeah, anything else, let me know. Otherwise, if anyone else here is new to the channel, my wife Tiff, my 2-year-old daughter who will be 3 next year when we leave, and I are going to be driving around Australia, towing a camper trailer, off-road camper trailer. About 7 months on the road, we're going to film absolutely everything. So if you're interested in that, stick around, subscribe, and yeah, enjoy. Cheers guys.
Look at that. Excellent.
So cold last night. Slept in jumper, trackies, socks, swag zipped the whole way up. One tiny little air gap and that was it. And I'm in a -5 sleeping bag and I was still pretty cold. You the same?
Well, do you know what? All you boys do your reviews on your winches and your spotlights and everything like that. I got a review for you, a hot water bottle. I had my hot water bottle last night and I was cozy, but I was cold, wasn't it?
It was freezing.
It was literally freezing.
Must have been, I'll have to have a look at the weather. It's got to be close to 0. It was cold.
Yeah.
That's cold for us in WA. We're
freezing for us.
Yeah, it doesn't get that cold in WA. Well, not around our ways anyway.
It was cold.
Yeah. But anyway, we're having coffees. Brad's already on the go. He rocks the mocha pot, if you're wondering. And slow pack down and get out of here, eh?
I think so, yeah. What a great trip.
It was really good, wasn't it?
Couldn't ask for a better weekend. You really couldn't.
Yeah. We'll have to do it again and get the other boys, WA Camper Adventures out.
Adventures, yeah.
Anyway, make sure you check out their pages. Dad 4x4 Adventures, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Starting YouTube, aren't you?
We'll see.
And
I'll do a review on a hot water bottle, I think.
And WA Camper Adventures, same platforms. Check them out. Anyway, yeah, so we'll make it slow, get out, and we might stick the drone up and fly the cars out if we can be bothered. Maybe.
Yep.
And that's about it. Thanks again for all the support and that. Stoked, 5,000 subscribers, that's pretty cool. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys. Not really the way I thought we'd be ending this trip. Car wouldn't start this morning. We've spent an hour or so pulling stuff apart and trying to figure out what's going on, clearing codes, checking fuses, relays, giving the starter motor a bit of a knock, jump packs. I've got voltage, the battery's fine. It's part of the starting circuit, but I can't figure out what it is. I can't get it going. I rang a good mate of mine, Devo, for some advice because he's pretty good with this stuff, and he gave me some good advice, but I couldn't get it sorted. So I'm getting towed a couple of Ks into town with very heavy steering and pretty much no brakes, so it's a bit dodgy. But I wouldn't drive on the road like this. It's just through the tracks, and I'll get into town, and Isuzu have free roadside assistance for the first few years, so I'll make use of that. Oh, well, that's not how we thought this trip would finish, is it, Brad?
It shouldn't have ended that way, should it? It was too good of a trip to have stuff like that happen. Yeah.
So it's a suspected starter motor. John from Western Regional Towing, he was a really good dude. He's based in Jurien Bay. He's a really good dude. He's going to tow it back to his workshop, look after it for us, and it will get back to Isuzu, and they'll let me know what's wrong with it and whether they're going to come to the party to fix it or not. So I'll let you know in the next update or video or whatever, but that's definitely us done. That's it.
Yeah, it was a great couple of days up until we went to go home, wasn't it?
It was. Hopefully it's not going to be an expensive couple of days.
No, that's true.
All right. Cheers, guys. Thanks for that.
Guys.